from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Right now, open for business just hours after a devastating fire at Buff Wayland Chevrolet. That dealership is back up and running. We'll take you inside and show you how they pulled it off.
Thunderstorms popping already this afternoon, but we've got several more chances, including severe weather possible as we get through the rest of the week.
All right, Ben, but we're going to begin with an all-out search for clues in the disappearance of Danielle Stieslicki. Police combing this massive park in hopes of finding any signs of evidence.
Yeah, that search started off this morning at Hines Park with police from Farmington Hills, Westland, Livonia, and members of the Michigan State Police and the FBI.
Let's get to Sean Lay. He's live at the park. And Sean, I understand they've now wrapped up the search.
Just wrapped up, just got an update from the chief. Nothing found here after a full 1 mile of the park. Right behind me was searched. The park just reopened a few moments ago. What's clear now is that the investigation into the disappearance of Danielle Stieslicki has taken a major turn. Take a ride with investigators into the search area. It's the area Floyd Galloway is accused of attacking a woman last fall. Now it's the site of the most intense search yet for Danielle Stieslicki. A major shift in this heartbreaking case as investigators no longer believe Stieslicki will be found alive.
It's hard for the family, but they've expected this for a long time.
Danielle's family anxiously awaiting word as 155 searchers with canines, cadaver dogs, metal detectors dive deep into thick vegetation looking for Danielle's clothing, looking for Danielle's remains. Let's get you closer. This park just goes for miles and searchers have to go through vegetation so thick just to get an up-close look at any possible evidence.
You always worry.
Dean Kendall is a dad with daughters who has followed Danielle's case. Today, the search is unfolding right in front of him, and it gives him chills.
It does.
Also today, a new piece of key evidence. Police searching for a brown and tan comforter. They won't say it came from Floyd Galloway's house, but we know investigators removed his bed as possible evidence.
I can't tell you why or how that fits with the case, but yes, that is something new we added to the case today, this tan striped comforter.
What are your thoughts at this time that all this has come here?
Well, it just shows it can happen anywhere.
Back here live, if you would glance up at your screen, let's review the evidence that police continue to look for. First and foremost, that tan and brown striped comforter, a new piece of evidence that's a big key here. Danielle's sky blue Eddie Bauer jacket, her black zip-up top, her jeans, and her burgundy boots. Devin, if nothing was found here today, this was such a big public search. It certainly got more of the public's eyes back on this case to look for that key evidence. Back to you.
Terribly important part of this, but now what, Sean? What's next?
Well, investigators say they're going to continue to search, but not in such a public manner. Also, Floyd Galloway, he's due in court for a hearing August 1st on the attack that happened on the path right behind me. I'm told if there is testimony at that hearing, a lot more evidence could come out.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
All right, now to a story developing right now in Romulus. A contractor for DTE has been killed while changing out a power pole.
Happened near the intersection of Grover and Mary Streets this morning.
Let's get right out to Jason Colthorpe live there tonight. Jason, go through with us what happened.
Well, all day, Kimberly, DTE and Myosha have been on scene investigating exactly what happened, and that's led up to what's happening right now. I want to get out of the way and let you show you. DTE has just rolled in 3 of these large trucks to what is going to be ultimately finishing the job that the original crew was working on, and that is replacing the left pole, the browner pole of the 2, with a new pole there. And what we believe happened, the original truck had the bucket near the top there when this worker somehow came in contact with a line and we believe was knocked out of that bucket.
Just a pop, probably like a small firecracker, and then the power went out. And I heard him yelling. I figured something probably bad happened, so I came right out.
That was right outside Brian Kautz's house around 10 a.m. He ran outside to find workers frantic.
One guy was kind of almost throwing up. He seemed really sick over it. Other guys were just trying to figure out what to do. I mean, they were kind of in panic mode, I guess. They were given CPR immediately, until the ambulance arrived.
That neighbor believes the worker was up in the bucket of the truck working with a crew from Asplund, a contractor for DTE Energy that was replacing a pole.
I saw smoke come out of the bucket that he was in, or assuming he was in. There's debris that was inside that was charred and smoldering.
Investigators aren't saying just yet how he came in contact with a live wire.
It appears at this time that it was some sort of electrical issue that caused the incident.
The man's co-workers were visibly shaken after all this happened today. In a statement, DTE told us, quote, "We were saddened to learn of a tragic accident involving a line worker for one of our contractors. We are working with authorities to investigate the cause of the accident. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and co-workers during this extremely difficult time." And those co-workers that you saw there, they work for Asplund Construction. It's a worldwide company with offices across, a lot in Michigan and every state in this country. It has an office in Waterford as well as Fort Wayne. I called both of those and the corporate office. I spoke to one person who didn't know what had happened, and I never got a call back from corporate. But obviously they're dealing with this and trying to piece together what happened that ended with the death of one of their workers today.
Yeah.
In Romulus, Jason Coulter, Local 4.
Yeah, Jason, do we know anything else about the man who died?
Not much. They spent a long time trying to reach his family today to notify him. We do know he and his crew were working out of Toledo. He's a middle-aged guy, and again, we don't know a heck of a lot more than that, Kim. But obviously a tragedy, and right now these guys working to get the power on for some of these homes that have been without it for most of the day.
Yep, indeed, very sad. Okay, Jason, thanks.
Well, let's turn now to the weather, because it is a huge night at Comerica Park as AS Roma and Paris Saint-Germain set to kick off in the International Champions Cup later tonight. Live pictures from Sky 4. Yes, doesn't look like a baseball field now, does it? The players will not need a lot of warm-up, I'm thinking. Mother Nature's doing a pretty good job of that for them.
Yeah, that field looks fantastic, doesn't it? They did a great job, and it looks great out there right now, Ben, but we know when it gets like this, there could be a chance of storms. You think they're going to get the game in?
You know what? I think there's a good chance that they will. So far, all the activity has been in our south zone. That's what we told you last night, and sure enough, it is coming true today. Everything has been south of 94, really even south of Michigan Avenue. Downpours, couple lightning strikes, but we're not anticipating that these storms are going to be severe. Closer to the city, not much going on. Most of it's been on the other side of the border, but there's one cell that's just popped up over the Grosse Pointes and sort of rained itself out over the lake really quickly. By the way, you saw the clouds in Jason's live shot just south of there. It's a pretty big downpour just south of the airport, south of Romulus there. As far as the game goes tonight, it is going to be muggy. Heat index readings in the 90s, so take it easy on the adult beverages over there tonight. Temperatures will fall into the 70s by the end of that game, and we'll talk about some potential severe weather for us coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, Ben. The Sterling Heights fire chief says it's the largest fire in the city's history, and the video proves it. Last night's 4-alarm fire at Buff Wayland Chevrolet was accidentally sparked by a janitor cleaning the floor. The service area of the dealership is a total loss, along with dozens of cars, but thankfully nobody was hurt.
So what happens at the biggest selling Chevy dealership in America just hours after half the place burns down? Well, for them, the answer was simple. You open up and you go back to selling cars. Rod Maloney there live tonight. Pretty amazing, Rod, to see them up and running again.
Devin, it is amazing. They sold 808 cars last month. The idea is to do more than that this month. Now, you might think that this is going to put a crimp in that, and it could to a point. We'll show you the service bays that burned down. There are about 30 of them there. I lost a lot of cars, and the service portion may be challenged here, but they opened up on the hottest day of the year and just kept right on selling. The electricity from a bulky generator flickered on and off all day, so the phones didn't work. They instead used cell phones and callbacks to get customers to salespeople. So while the restoration people vacuumed everything in the store, wiped the soot off every wall, and the Buff Wayland team did what you always do in adverse conditions, ordered out pizza, business carried on, much to the surprise of customers like Audrey Olston.
I was rather shocked because I thought at least they'd have one day.
No, I didn't expect them to be open, so that's a plus for me.
Customer Paul Hinkleman's going in for shoulder surgery next week, wants to settle his new car business immediately. So to see a burned service bay, no air conditioning, and showroom chaos, to him, it's...
Yeah, fairly impressive to me. If I had a fire, I think I'd just go on vacation and let them clean it up somewhere.
It's a bad thing. What can you do, you know?
Customers who weren't buying stopped in as well. George Fritchett brought well wishes to a salesperson that he knows and the staff because, well, they're doing
as best as they can, you know. With the circumstances, I think they're doing good.
That says a lot for the company.
It does say a lot for this company. It has almost 200 employees. They work hard every day, and even though a lot of people didn't have work like, say, repairing cars to do because of the bays, they still all came to work. They all pitched in. And coming up on Local 4 News at 6, we're going to show you exactly why it is that all of this worked. It's pretty special. Back to you.
Well, in fact, what is it that's keeping everyone going after something like last night, Ron?
Well, one of the things they talked about was the inspiration they got from watching the Sterling Heights Fire Department and all of the surrounding communities. They essentially went to a community firefighting mode last night here. And the employees here said that there was so much impressive done that saved the building that's standing behind me that it gave them a little extra jolt and pushed them ahead as they think about how hard those guys and gals worked. They want to do the same.
Sure did. All right, Rod. Well, the Detroit Police Department is losing one of its top officers.
Yeah, today Deputy Chief Renee Hall was named as the first ever female police chief for the city of Dallas. She was hired after a nationwide search.
I grew up in this organization. I've been here nearly 19 years. The men and women of the Detroit Police Department are my family. You know, it's through them that I've garnered the experience that makes me qualified to be the next Dallas police chief.
Let's congratulate. Hall had been directing the city's neighborhood policing bureau. Her first day as the new chief of police for Dallas will be on September 5th, and we wish her well.
Isn't that impressive?
Very, very
Congratulations.
nice. Yeah. All right, a car crushed after getting into an accident with a beer truck. It happened a short time ago on Grossbeck in Mount Clemens. You can see serious damage to the car there, and the truck is actually pulled over on the side of the road. You see that. We're waiting for word on whether anyone was hurt.
New at 5.
Just getting started here at 5 o'clock.
Ahead over this next hour of news, major renovations at Ford Field, and Amazon is clicking on Macomb County, the big building they're looking to take over that would mean hundreds of new jobs.
Also, a major break in a case. Police are what they're now saying about the disappearance of a retired Detroit Marine coming up. Karen?
It's 50 times more potent than heroin, and an amount smaller than this penny can be deadly. I've got a new warning about a dangerous drug next.
Tonight. New at 6.
I know it seems outlandish, but here in the parking lot of a Dollar Tree in Oak Park, someone offered a scam victim a bag filled with cash. She fell for it, and now police are looking for these 3 suspects. What you need to know.
Plus, a thief risks injuring himself to break into a convenience store, and a camera captures it all. What he wanted so badly. Coming up, new at 6.
Now here at 5, a 41-year-old Detroit man is found dead up north, and police believe he may have overdosed on heroin laced with fentanyl. His body was found early Tuesday morning inside an Everett Township home. His death is being investigated right now as a possible overdose. Now, as we continue to focus on the faces of addiction and the opioid epidemic, fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin. Even the smallest amount can lead to an overdose.
Right, and investigators say it's no longer just being mixed with heroin. Defender Karen Drew shows us the new warning about this growing trend. Karen?
And Devin and Kim, we keep seeing more and more of these cases every day. Fentanyl is dangerous to everyone, not just the addict. Now take a look at this picture here, the amount. You see that penny, and then you see the difference right there? An amount smaller than a penny can lead to an overdose. It can be absorbed through skin and inhaled if airborne.
This picture says it all. That's 2 milligrams of fentanyl next to a penny. That's all it takes for a deadly overdose of the opioid.
It's not just mixed with heroin anymore.
The Drug Enforcement Agency says some are taking cocaine mixed with fentanyl because they don't want to be a heroin addict, and they think it will be less addictive.
It's far from the case. It's still an opioid, fentanyl, and it's still very addictive.
Fentanyl is a synthetic drug that's used for serious pain. Now, it's a huge part of the opioid epidemic. Fentanyl is a more potent and deadly alternative to heroin and prescription painkillers.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything in my career that's more significant than the fentanyl and the fentanyl synthetic analogs.
The chemical stuff, or pure fire, are names the DEA says people are using to get fentanyl.
There's a whole bunch of different synthetic analogs that come up, some technically legal, some and most illegal, and so we're constantly fighting that uphill battle as a new one is introduced. You know, get that emergency scheduled to make it illegal and before people die.
The DEA is seeing more types of fentanyl on the streets in liquids, powders, and pills.
Some of those pills, I mean, they'll have just you know, just a small grain or two mixed in that pill, and it's extremely profitable. Which is even scarier because you have a lot less, which is a lot easier to smuggle, and it's extremely profitable, far more profitable than even heroin.
Now, because fentanyl is so lethal in small doses, the DEA has made changes to how its agents respond to search warrants and seizures. They no longer field test drugs if they suspect fentanyl is present. They also have issued guidelines to first responders like paramedics who could encounter fentanyl on their runs. But like we showed in the very beginning, when you see a penny and then you see that comparison,
that little bit,
and you can die from that little amount, and it's just very scary.
And then profitability on the other side driving all of this. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Karen, thanks. Okay, let's bring in Ben now, and got the big soccer match.
It is a big night, yes.
Yeah.
The International Champions Cup, and they're not going to get very far as long as I have the ball.
Oh, is that the ball? That is the ball.
I got the game ball for tonight.
Are you going to throw out the first pitch? Is that what they call it?
You kick out the first ball. Yeah. That's an exciting night, I think, for soccer fans. Really getting to see, we've seen this before a couple times over the years, but getting to see international elite competition like this on our turf is really cool.
Let's hope that the temperatures don't slow things down over there, because it is going to feel
steamy. That's why my money's on AS Roma. They're used to a little warmer weather.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's right.
If I was going to Vegas, I would take your money and go out there and make some. But temperatures right now are at 89. That's what the thermometer says. Look at the heat index, and this is at Romulus right now at the airport, 97 degrees. And when we say it feels like Florida, that's not just a figure of speech. 98 is the heat index in Jacksonville. Miami's only 2 degrees warmer than us at 99, so it definitely feels like the Sunshine State moved north. But we're not doing quite as bad as some of these folks in the Central Plains states with the Century Mark Plus for those heat index readings. Jet stream far to the north, so most of the 48 states are south of that jet stream. That's also going to be the train tracks for most of our thunderstorm chances over the next few days. So until this jet actually gets bumped further north, and that's probably not going to happen until Monday or into Tuesday, we're going to be dealing with heat, humidity, and thunderstorm chances just riding along that jet. That'll take us into the upcoming weekend. Of course, we've got those out there right now. They've all been pretty much south of 94. Again, we're not anticipating anything strong or severe with these tonight. Tomorrow could be a different story. We'll see these thunderstorms fade pretty quickly this evening, so that's another reason why we think that game's going to be good to go as far as thunderstorms go, but the heat and humidity is definitely going to be present at the ballpark tonight. Otherwise, this is what we're kind of focused on. There's still some uncertainty on how these thunderstorms are going to develop overnight. This model sort of splits it, getting brushed by the southern end of this, maybe into Sanilac County, and that's just after sunrise tomorrow morning. Other models have that completely elongated, so we could be seeing some very early showers and storms. Nevertheless, once we get into the afternoon, a couple more are going to start popping in the heat and humidity, and that's when we can expect to see possibly some severe storms, some of those with damaging winds. And then we get a break Friday, but early Saturday. This is 8 a.m. Thunderstorms coming in from the west, and it looks like they'll be with us through much of the day on Saturday. So tonight, well, it's not going to be a whole lot of relief. 70 degrees, but with that high humidity, not a comfortable night. Skies generally partly cloudy after we get these thunderstorms to fade. High temperatures tomorrow, very similar to what we saw today. Upper 80s, close to 90 degrees, and it's still going to feel like the mid and maybe even upper 90s in a couple spots with that high humidity. Mercury hitting 90 at a couple spots in our south zone. West and north zone, we're looking at mid to upper 80s for high temperatures tomorrow, so definitely in the thick of July, no pun intended. 7-day forecast into the weekend shows that those temperatures finally dropping on Monday, and humidity is going to be shortly behind it. But until that point, thunderstorms, heat and humidity all the way through the upcoming weekend.
And the hottest night you got in the whole bunch there for tonight.
That's right.
As they're kicking off over there.
Exactly.
Really cool. Can you deliver that back to?
Yeah, better get it over there.
Can I just head it over there?
Absolutely. I think if you just go out here and kick it down the street, it should be fine. It'll get there. Yeah. All right. Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Well, 2 local women are on a mission to help get hundreds of kids into college. New tonight, how they're cutting tuition bills while increasing the number of acceptance letters.
But first, a high-speed chase through the streets of Metro Detroit comes to an unexpected ending because of what was in the road. We'll explain next. A police chase comes to a dramatic end today in Westland. The suspect's vehicle crashed into a construction zone this morning in the area of Beach Daily and E-Course after leading officers on a chase that reached speeds of up to 85 miles per hour. No word on the conditions of the people involved. Police have also not yet said what led to the chase, but we are told at least one person was taken into custody after that crash.
Amazon could be looking to build its 3rd fulfillment center in Metro Detroit. This one would be big, this time in Shelby Township at the site of the former Visteon Auto Parts plant on 23 Mile and Mound. Macomb County's Brownfield Redevelopment Authority approved a plan on Tuesday to construct a 1 million square foot building at that site, and it would create 1,000 jobs.
New at 5:30.
It's not just Lake Erie. That toxic blue-green algae is popping up in an up-north hotspot.
Today from President Trump, strong words on health care. Inaction is not an option.
They've been searching for their loved one for more than a month. Well, today the search for Chef Doug officially ended, and the investigation into who killed him officially began. We'll have the latest.
It's dinner time.
A Detroit's family worst fears realized. A beloved Marine and chef will not be coming home. Good evening. Douglas Calhoun was known to friends and family as Chef Doug.
Yeah, and today the family is facing the grim reality now of planning a funeral after his body was positively identified by the Wayne County Medical Examiner. Jason Colthorpe shows us how they believe they have the suspect in his murder.
Looking for Chef Doug. Know something, say something.
A positive ID finally emerging from a body found in a drum container near Outer Drive in Fenkell. It took more than a week to identify the body as Chef Doug Calhoun, and it will take longer to figure out the cause of death.
Because of the time period of him missing to when he was located, so we would say roughly over 30 days. So with the temperature that it's been this summer and then him being inside of that barrel, it makes it difficult for the ME's office to determine the cause of death.
Police don't need a cause of death to know what kind of person they're dealing with.
It's a person that has no value of life, pretty much is all it is. You know, no value of life. It takes that type of person to do something to someone like that.
It's been a trying time for the family of Chef Doug, a proud former Marine they didn't want to let disappear forever.
Because that was our #1 goal, was to find Douglas Calhoun. It is not to find the person responsible for this. Now, #2 goal was to find the person responsible that committed this crime. We did that.
The suspect has been in custody since June 22nd and is being held for failing to appear at a court date in Lansing. Police say he has a criminal history and only would say this regarding the murder of Calhoun.
The evidence is pointing towards this direction, and that's all I can give you.
Again, the timeline on all of this: Calhoun went missing June 1st. His body was found more than a month later, July 7th. And then, of course, he was identified today. For his family, they've known for a few weeks now that Calhoun was a victim of a crime here. So today, while still difficult, not a total shock for them. Devin?
Jason, any word then on when we might see charges?
It could come within a week to 10 days, but obviously there's some things that have to go. As the detective says, they still need some warrants against this suspect, but I did reach out to the family today. They don't want to talk publicly until charges are announced, but they are under the impression that Kim Worthy is going to be able to do that within 7 to 10 days. So, of course, we'll be following all of that, too.
Sure. All right, Jason.
A Northville doctor charged with mutilating the genitalia of 7-year-old girls will stay behind bars pending trial.
A federal judge issued the ruling because he believes Dr. Jumana Nagarwala is a flight risk. Nagarwala is facing charges that could send her to federal prison for the rest of her life. She also has ties overseas. Nagarwala is scheduled to stand trial in October, along with 5 others, in the nation's first federal case involving FGM, female genital mutilation. In Saginaw Township, Michigan State Police are investigating a shooting that left one suspect dead and one officer injured. Happened this afternoon when a man was pulled over on suspicion of drunk driving. He was arrested but slipped out of his handcuffs and then started fighting with the arresting officer. Police says another officer then opened fire, killing that suspect and perhaps injuring the officer in the process.
Joining Ben here in the weather pod, getting the very latest on the radar. It looks like we're kind of clear in the city, but south of us, we're going to have some pop-up storms.
Yeah, most of us are dry, but where the showers and thunderstorms are showing up, that rainfall is getting a little bit intense. Let's go to 4 Live radar. And again, this is mostly in our south zone, and a lot of this is in Monroe County. Some of these storms starting to intensify a little bit. We're not anticipating severe weather, but there's definitely some intense rain. I got a cluster of lightning right there along 23, and 4 Live radar shows that there may be some small hail coming out of that cell right there in Summerfield Township. And again, this is just west 23 in Monroe County. So if you're traveling south, keep in mind you could be seeing waves of these downpours and thunderstorms as we get through the evening hours. They'll fade pretty quickly as we head towards sunset, so we're going to be dry for most of the night. And we'll talk about some potentially even rougher thunderstorms that are going to be showing up tomorrow. That's in a few minutes, guys.
Ben. Well, the Democratic Party appears to have its frontrunner for next year's gubernatorial election.
Yesterday, University of Michigan Regent Mark Bernstein announced he would not enter the race, endorsing former Senate Minority Leader Gretchen Whitmer. Well, today, Whitmer says she's happy to have his support.
I'm grateful to have Mark's support. Mark is an advocate for social justice, and he's a very thoughtful, smart person, and I'm grateful to have his support for sure.
Other Democrats running for governor include former Detroit Health Department Director Abdul El-Sayed.
A health care lunch with a strong message from President Trump. Today, the president told Republican senators when it comes to health care, inaction is no option. Blaine Alexander explains the added public pressure to try again. Blaine?
Well, Devin, President Trump is calling on all senators to stay here in Washington until they can get health care done. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is vowing some sort of a vote by next week.
A Republican field trip from Capitol Hill to the White House. After another health care defeat for GOP senators, today a mandate from President Trump.
We can repeal, but we should repeal and replace, and we shouldn't leave town until this is complete.
The president putting senators on the spot to try again, even as Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is pushing a fallback plan.
I think we all agree it's better to both repeal and replace. But we could have a vote on either.
As Republicans work to push the agenda forward, President Trump looking back at the 2016 election.
We have to protect the integrity of the vote and our voters.
Kicking off the first meeting of his voter fraud commission, formed after the president claimed without evidence that millions of people had voted illegally, costing him the popular vote. No mention of that today, nor any mention of Russian interference. The commission is requesting voter data from every state. More than 24 have refused, including the Secretary of State of California.
First and foremost, it's an invasion of privacy. They want their hands on the sensitive personal information of every voter in America.
We the people, stand up! As protesters call on the commission to be shut down, saying the true purpose is not voter integrity, but voter suppression.
And despite those concerns from critics, the president promises that the commission will be a fair and transparent process. At the White House, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
Blaine, and an update now. The Congressional Budget Office has just released its analysis on the Obamacare Repeal Reconciliation Act of 2017, and it now finds that 32 million more Americans would be uninsured by 2026. Reaction to follow.
Across Michigan, stories from Lake Cadillac up north and Flint.
Let's start this roundup, though, in Lansing, which is where police have released a sketch of a man suspected of assaulting a Hispanic man, apparently because of his race. The attack happened the night of July 5th. The 47-year-old victim was found in the area of Denver Avenue and Cedar Street. He was treated for injuries, though those injuries were not life-threatening. Police found a note or a sign making references to the victim's ethnicity. That led them to investigate it as a hate crime. Anyone with information on this suspect in the sketch should contact Lansing police.
In Wexford County, blue-green algae blooms are causing some big concerns. Experts have been hired to test and monitor Lake Cadillac. Once the testing is complete, recommendations will be made suggesting how to restore the lake. Scientists say if you swim in a blue-green algae bloom, you should wash your skin with soap and water. University of Michigan's Flint campus is set to get $400,000 from the state.
The money is part of a new budget signed last week by Governor Snyder. A university spokesperson says it's partial reimbursement for the school's response to Flint's water crisis. U of M's Flint campus spent more than $815,000 since 2015 to ensure that the campus had a safe water supply. That included buying new faucets, new fountains, a lot of bottled water, of course, and having inspections and work completed.
Finding money for college can be a massive challenge, but 2 local women are aiming to help hundreds of students get some or all of the money they need. Evrod Cassimy spoke with those women and one local high schooler who's just got his acceptance letter.
The ladies behind this organization have helped students find tuition money for schools like Wayne State University and others across Michigan. Now they're offering their services for free to help all students find money for school.
It felt great.
Malik Taylor is talking about the moment he found out he'd been accepted into college.
I knew it was just the first of many to come, and I was accepted to 6 colleges.
Get out of here.
Yes.
The Renaissance High School graduate will be attending Michigan State University in the fall to study business. As for tuition, he won't have to pay a thing.
Well, I won a total of 4 scholarships, including the Detroit Promise, which covers my full tuition for 4 years.
Malik found these scholarships with help from Quad College Advising, a local nonprofit started by Renaissance High School and U of M grads Anthony Aldridge and Phaedra Wynena.
Our initial goal was to maximize post-secondary success for students who are from traditionally underrepresented neighborhoods.
In its first year as a for-profit business, Quad helped get around 10 students college scholarships to attend school here in Michigan. By switching to a nonprofit and providing their service for free, they can help more people.
We want to hopefully service at least 700 students this school year.
As Michigan College Advising Corps members, we were trained extensively in finding resources that are on college campuses as well as in the community. And during our time as College Advising Corps members, we developed an extensive list of scholarship resources.
Resources now used to help students like Malik and other students looking to attend school in the state of Michigan. And for everything that you need to know about Quad, we posted a link on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com. In Detroit, Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.
In addition to finding scholarships, Quad College Advising helps students apply for college as well as develop the skills they need to be successful students once accepted. If you're headed to Ford Field for a game next season, it's going to look a whole lot different.
It's funny because it still feels new, doesn't it?
To me, it does.
Well, time for renovations. Right now, Ford Field undergoing $100 million worth of new renovations. Today, the Lions president, Rod Wood, led the media on a preview tour showing what's been accomplished so far. There'll be new video boards and LED column displays, new suites, new club seats, new concessions areas with speakers, new bars, and new restaurants.
Well, it's kind of a reaction to what the fans asked for. I mean, they want as many food and beverage options as we can provide them. The video boards and the ribbon boards are going to be the hit of the stadium.
Renovation said to be on schedule. Work is expected to be completed in the coming weeks. Good idea because season's already getting pretty close, I know.
Yeah.
Well, you generally think working out means a trip to the gym or heading out for a run. Maybe that's what you do.
Typically, most people think about that. But what if we told you one of the most beneficial workouts can be done right from your couch? Oh, this sounds interesting. We'll explain. Kim.
Can't wait to hear that, guys. And eating too close to bedtime can lead to a restless night and painful heartburn. I'm Kimberly Gill. Coming up, the dinner time rule that could help you sleep easy. That's next.
Jeopardy!